Hello everybody, the Destroyer here, and welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.02, version 5.0.1, from the October 2015 Rise of the Pumpking Halloween Tournament, hosted by GameReplays.org. And of course, this is the finals game. This is match 2, second game in the finals between MauHuR and ArCh4Ng3L. As you see there, both Angmar actually. MauHuR in the southern right corner and ArCh4Ng3L in the northern left corner there. But yeah, Phoenix has casted game 1 of this, so please go check out that first. I'm casting the other half of the finals, and of course it will be, or you will have to go there to check that out first. So do that if you want to see it in order, in chronological order, I guess. But anyway, we have, of course, both teams being Angmar. And this is for all the glory, all the winnings. Well, there's no winnings, but all the honor, whatever you want to call it. So whoever wins this, of course, will win the tournament. So we'll see who is the victor here. We have a Hall of the King's Men, of course, for MauHuR. Nicely placed next to his mill there. Defending the outsider, or outsider? The outside ring, I was going to say. And ArCh4Ng3L's put his more on the inside here. So this is still vulnerable to attack on the outside. I like the way MauHuR did it because this can take a lot more damage than this. And of course this is more important in a way. And he'll have to get in range of the fortress to actually attack it, which is why I like that position. ArCh4Ng3L's going for a second Hall of the King's Men fairly fast. It looks like MauHuR will do the same. Throwing his on the inside there, defending both sides of that. And now we have a little skirmish in the center here between ArCh4Ng3L and MauHuR. Both using Gundabad Orcs. Gundabad Warriors. I call them Gundabad Orcs. Technically called Gundabad Warriors. If you want to get technical. I don't care, really. But they're Orcs. Thought it works, you know. Looks like MauHuR's Orcs were victorious in that little scuffle, though. Only a few of the ones from ArCh4Ng3L with the war chant remain. Of course, the ones without war chant will have a chance against these ones. So ArCh4Ng3L pulling back to save some lives, get some reinforcements. Which is a good call. MauHuR sending some guys up north to try and harass his opponents. You definitely gotta split up your guys. You gotta get things going everywhere. That's really how the pros play, you know? They will send in some forces, but they don't just clump them up all in one ball and then send them at the enemy. No, they send some guys north, some guys west, some guys to the center, you know. Split them up, keep your opponent on their toes, keep their economy down. That is the key to victory, really, for playing Rise of the Witch King. So good to keep that in mind when you're playing yourself. Be aggressive, and try to keep your opponents on his back foot, really, and try to harass his buildings as much as you can. But of course, don't forsake your own base for that. I'm not saying that would be a good idea, because it is definitely not sometimes. ArCh4Ng3L's going to lose this mill here. So MauHuR will get a nice pickup there. I think he actually destroyed that one too. It wasn't demolished, I'm not sure, but I think so. MauHuR has some defending orcs here as well. And of course he'll have more out by the time they get there. Looks like he's sending them into ArCh4Ng3L's base though, to supplement his armies up here. Well, so both teams just using Gundabad Orc spam for now. So you won't see too much unit variety for the time being, I would imagine. Because Gundabad Orcs are the most effective unit for Angmar early game. It would be pointless for them, either of them, to build a Rudar Spearman. Axe throwers might not be bad, as long as he can feel he can keep them supported. But he does need the guys in front to keep up with the spam of the opponents. That's why they're all going orcs. And of course, orcs are decent against structures as well, so sending him in, he will have to he will be able to do some damage with them. Of course, the map is spooky forwards. Of course, I probably shouldn't have to say it at that point, but just in case. Most people would not skip to the finals match second game of the finals match, no less, without knowing what map this is by now. The Fords of Eisen 2 reskin. Spooky Fords. And we got lots of spam in the center here. ArCh4Ng3L sending these guys south. Trying to do some damage. He's war chanted his guys there. And then they'll have a skirmish. MauHuR doing the same. See the stances though. Both players are utilizing hold ground stance. Generally speaking, that is the best way to do it with the Gundabad warriors. Of course, you gotta keep in mind they do move a bit slower in hold ground stance. It does actually affect their movement speed. Going to aggressive stance does not boost their speed. Going into hold ground stance does actually decrease their speed slightly. So if you're moving around, it's best to switch and keep your stances changing on the fly so you can move faster and then get tanky immediately when you need to. Players who utilize stances very well tend to do very well, assuming they have good enough play. Of course, you can't just be a complete scrub and not going to win just by changing your stance. But I think you get what I'm saying here. Looks like MauHuR's going for Axors, which of course are very effective against the Gundabad orc spam, but they are not very tanky and they will die very quickly in melee. Fortunately, he has no orcs to tank for him, so they will all be cut down. They have come out with a few, but they are a little too late there. MauHuR's sitting on 3 Hall of the King's Men now. Has ArCh4Ng3L built 3 yet? No, he has not got a 3rd. So he will be a little bit behind in the spam front. So he might actually need to throw down another Hall of the King's Men to keep up with MauHuR, I think. Unless he just keeps somehow winning all the engagements. I don't see that happening, because they're identical units. Eventually they will kill each other. But MauHuR will have more reinforcements in the way than ArCh4Ng3L will. In that, theoretically. ArCh4Ng3L sending him 2 battalions in the top here. And MauHuR going for the Black Numenorians. Super strong swordsman. Keeping them in hold ground stance. They do move slower in hold ground stance, so they won't really be able to catch these orcs. I don't even know if they would be able to catch them if they weren't. But they are tankier, at least, once they do get into combat. As you see, they absolutely wreck them. Cut through them like butter. As long as he's able to fend off his attack, he should be able to do good damage to ArCh4Ng3L. But he needs to keep the thralls coming. He's got some Axors and some Black Numenorians on the way. There's some Axors there as well. As long as he has some Axors and Black Numenorians in his base, he should be able to clean up this, but he will lose a few buildings in the process. ArCh4Ng3L taking out this mill as well. Let's check out the economy and such of the players. ArCh4Ng3L has War Chant 8 power points, 204 of 475 at the moment. MauHuR has a much larger army of 472 of 500. He's got Raleigh, War Chant and 10 power points. He could get a 10 power very quickly if he wants to. He's got an Untamed Allegiance. So he just needs sight on a Cave Troll, and he will be able to utilize Cave Trolls, which should be very bad for ArCh4Ng3L. ArCh4Ng3L will not be prepared for that. Cave Trolls in conjunction with these Black Numenorians is going to be very difficult for ArCh4Ng3L to deal with, if at all. So I guess that should be a good choice for him. He does need to get sight on the Cave Troll first, though, as he's doing here. He's going to pick up the Cave Troll on the way in. And now, Angmar having Cave Trolls is scary. Definitely scary. They're not able to build trolls. Those kind of trolls, at least. They can build hill trolls and snow trolls, of course. Those are far from the same thing. Those are more units, as where cave trolls are more siege equipment kind of things. And even without the troll, it seems ArCh4Ng3L's having an issue keeping up here. Once the troll gets into play, I think ArCh4Ng3L will be dead. Unfortunately for him. And MauHuR keeping the spam coming in, keeping this support. And you see that cave troll doing massive amounts of damage. MauHuR pulling it back to try not to take too much. You could put it in rock throw if you wanted to. Or you just bring it in once the arrow tower stops targeting him down. And do more damage. And he's actually utilizing it to attack the units instead. Well, MauHuR has a lot of Black Numenorians and Axe Throwers. Axe Throwers, of course, do great damage against structures. And this should be GG for ArCh4Ng3L, unfortunately for him. There is no resistance left for Archangel. And it looks like MauHuR will be the victor as soon as he takes on the fortress. I guess he's giving them the privilege of taking the fort himself. But yeah. Seems today was not Archangel's day, unfortunately for him. But, of course, props to him for getting this far in the tournament. Archangel's a very good player. Definitely on par with MauHuR, but MauHuR getting the better of him in this match. And he will claim the title of champion as soon as his fort dies. But not a moment too soon. Not a moment sooner. There's another cave troll. Of course, war chanting cave trolls does not actually do anything. Oh, actually, Archangel had a cave troll himself. That was his. And Archangel has been defeated. So there you go. That is the final game of the tournament. The victor being MauHuR. So congratulations to MauHuR for winning the October 2015 Rise of the Pumpking tournament. Very well played. Beating a lot of good players and making it through all the way to the end. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this coverage of the tournament. And of course, I'll be covering whatever tournament comes next, assuming I'm still around, which I wouldn't see why I wouldn't be. And of course, I'd imagine Phoenix will be doing the same with his other half of the coverage. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys in the next cast of the Rise of the Witch King Patch 2.2. So I'll see you guys next time.